Pastor Wade Phillips here, Waverly Station Cowboy Fellowship. Loving your neighbor doesn't always require a grand gesture. Sometimes it's checking on someone who lives alone, helping carry groceries, sharing a meal, or simply taking time to listen. Small acts of kindness can change the atmosphere of an entire community. Let's be the kind of people who notice one another, serve one another, and pray for one another. Huntsville, let's love our neighbors well. A community message from Spirit 94.3.
Hey y'all, it's Cameron Lee TV on your radio today. As the new school year approaches, Spirit 94.3 is praying for our students, teachers, and school employees across Huntsville and Walker County. May our students have the courage to learn, grow, and show kindness. May our teachers have strength, patience, and wisdom. And may every school become a place where children feel safe, supported, and encouraged. Here's to a great school year from your friends at Spirit 94.3. Hope lives here.
94.3. Hi, I'm Kanan. No, listening to Barrett Radio.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, little doggy over there, old Billy doggy.
You know, it makes me smile every time I hear those kids.
You know what my father-in-law said? God love it. God love him. And he does, brother. Here on a Faithful Friday. God loves all of you. Here on a Faithful Friday, welcome in the Billy. You know what? I'm so proud to know the Billy Cauthen. You ever think about that, man? You're like, no, I don't ever think about proud to know
Well,
myself.
I mean, there's other Billy Cauthens out there. So I used to be Facebook friends with a lot of them.
The same exact.
Yeah, well, same spelling, yeah.
I don't think we've mentioned, but we've never talked about this before. I don't think.
Not much to talk about. They don't. You know, I'd pop them off a message like a little joke or something. They didn't find it funny, so they don't have my sense of humor, I guess.
You ever play baseball growing up? You didn't have enough people, and you had Ghost Man on first base.
No, sir.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We got Ghost Man over there, there at that seat next to you.
Hey, what do you say, buddy?
Hey, yeah, cowboy.
I'll tell our listening audience this is weird.
Yeah. Well, you got your good morning coffee.
I am used to talking to myself, so.
Well, you got your good morning coffee over there.
Cafe Bustelo's keeping it real.
You know, the other day somebody was poking around over there on that Bustelo, Billy, and I said, y'all better back. You got
to have a license to operate that.
Yeah, you ain't allowed.
Need to put a regular man out.
I told them, I said, you ain't allowed.
You ain't allowed.
They said, why not? I said, because that ain't your coffee. I said, there's a reason that coffee's in an elegant, wicker basket that we paid 72 cents for at Dollar General, and the other ones are just thrown on the shelf.
Yeah. Strategically placed for your picking preference.
We're giving the man, Billy Cauthen, it's his own coffee. He brings it. And I made a mistake one day because I thought somebody from the church brought me this Bustelo. and Billy, I drank your Bustelo, and I'm sorry.
You've been up ever since, huh?
Yeah, he told me. He said, if you ever drink my Bustelo again, we ain't Bustelo friends anymore.
I love it, man. That stuff slam your eyes wide open.
How did you get into it? Where did it come from? You just one day it just showed up, and
you ready for the dumbest story ever?
No, there ain't no dumb story with you, buddy.
Several years ago, there was a news story about a brand of coffee that was washing up on the beach in Florida. And I watched the story. And
so there really is a story to
that. Yeah. And it was these cans of Cafe Bustelos. And I'm like, well, I've never heard of that. So I was at the store and I saw it. I'm like, well, you know what? Why not? And I gave it a shot, and I've been hooked ever since.
See, I'm trying to learn, but I still can't really. It's because I'm not into it as much. I can't taste the difference too much. Now, this morning there was something in my coffee because it was nasty, and I drank it all real quick, and it's gone now. It just didn't taste right. It tasted cardboardy, and it almost was like the cup was too old.
Oh, like drinking steak coffee.
Yeah, it was like too old.
Prison coffee.
Yeah, it was good.
remember when I first went to work for the state, I was like, oh man, this is where it's at. They gonna cut my hair, launder my clothes, all the free coffee I can drink. Yeah, there's a reason why it's free. Ground up cardboard.
Oh yeah. I think it was somehow it got stale in that K cup is what happened.
That could happen, yeah.
I think that's what
or
it was.
Or it could have got some moisture in it somehow, or
it ruined it.
It ruined it.
My wife says ruined, and I was like, sweetheart, if you're listening this morning, Bridget, please don't get angry at me. But she says, Billy, ruined, and I said, it's not ruined, it's ruin. And am I right, or is she? I mean, of course she's right, but just between you and I, am I right or is she right? Because I've always said ruin.
Which one of these buttons I push where my mouth moves, but y'all can't hear the words?
Yeah, Josh hasn't taught me that beep yet over here. But you know what I'm saying? Like she says ruined, and I've never heard it pronounced that way. So whatever. It is what it is, man. Well, hey, we are here. Welcome in. We are inching ever closer to episode number 800 coming up next week on Wednesday. Yesterday, I was talking about maybe hosting it over at the community room, but I was talking with Billy a little bit before we got started a little bit earlier, and I said, I think I'm just going to have it right here at the studio because we want to welcome people that maybe have never been over here. We're going to welcome them into the studio. And so next Wednesday, 7 a.m., come. I'll be here early. I'm going to figure it out with the kids. Hopefully Bridget doesn't have to go to work at 6 a.m., but I'm going to figure it out, make sure that I am here no matter what. And I want to bless the community with a breakfast, and I'll have some tables set up. We'll have some breakfast tacos, some donuts, different things like that. But come and just hang out with us. The show will get started at 7:30, but it is celebrating episode number 800. We're going to thank all of our underwriters, all the folks who have helped make this program possible. And we want you to come. So next Wednesday, I guess technically if you think about it, it's kind of confusing because Wednesday, it is the next Wednesday, but it's after the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So 3 more episodes from now. That makes sense. I'm making it confusing. So,
yeah. Let's use that now.
Yeah, just say the Wednesday coming up. Come and be a part of it.
Next Wednesday. This Wednesday. Would it be this Wednesday?
No, because then we got to go through the weekend. We got to go through Saturday, Sunday. See, that's right.
It's Friday, so it would be this Wednesday. It would be yeah.
See, I put a roadblock on Sunday of like this ends at Sunday, and then it's next after Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I confuse myself.
You should probably look up the physical date of this event, and we'll advertise it that way.
This is why I need you, Billy, because I don't know what I'm doing. You and I were talking yesterday about, our brains wandering off into some other world. That's where I'm at right now.
Pay attention to this, Billy. Hey, look over here.
Okay, August the 12th.
August the 12th, 7:30 a.m.
The show starts, but people come at 7. We're going to open the doors.
If you want the
7.
T-bone steak and egg special, you need to get here early.
And if you're listening and you want to bring that T-bone steak, please do so.
I like mine medium.
Billy, try to. I know it's not your day, man, but try to come if you can. I'd love to have you, man.
there ain't no day that is my day.
This is the day the Lord has made. We will be glad and rejoice in it.
Yeah, we'll stick Billy right in the middle of it.
Well, we are here on this Faithful Friday. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Do me a favor and text in. Let us know you're out here this morning. The number's 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. You can also comment in. We're still in Facebook jail, so YouTubers, I know you're out there. Many people have switched over to YouTube because they know the unfortunate routine now for the rest of the month. It don't look like we're getting out of that jail anytime soon. Nothing we did. I mean, how terrible. We're sitting there promoting a little girl who was born with a genetic disorder, and Facebook says that's a cybersecurity threat, bans us. And turns out, I did some research, Billy, the entire contest. I found a group on the internet about this Hasbro contest. All of them have gotten banned. And people are reaching out to the support of Hasbro, and they're saying, sorry, we've reached out to Meta. They won't respond to us. Go figure. So that is why we can't live stream on Facebook until the end of the month because we're in jail. Even
it's ridiculous.
Everything. Hello Huntsville's even in it because it's associated with my name. So, but hey, do let us know you're out there. You can comment on YouTube. Underwriting support for this program is made possible in part by Elliott's Jewelers, by appointment only, online at elliottjewelers.com. Also, Huntsville Memorial Hospital, right off I-45, their website, huntsvillememorial.com. And of course, here on this Faithful Friday, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, serving Walker County since 2003. Their website, SHMFH.com. Billy Cauthen here in that Huntsville Hornet Green here on a Friday. And, buddy, I got to tell you something. Football is about to get started.
I can smell it.
No, literally, like, you can. Like, if you walk into those weight rooms of the kids, God.
No, you don't got to get out of the car for that.
Yeah, you remember that growing up?
I guess they don't shower anymore or something.
Do you remember that, like, growing up? I mean, there's that core memory of mine.
Yeah.
Going into that locker room, and it didn't matter how hard them poor custodians. I mean, them custodians worked their tails off cleaning those places, but it still had that.
Yeah, at Huntsville, there's a sweet young lady that's assigned to that place, and I mean, I don't care when you drive by, she's in there cleaning, taking care of those, uniforms and the boys, and full-time job.
I wanted to touch base with you on something. We appreciate all the work. So we want to give a shout out to all those HISD employees and teachers, everybody going back to school pretty quick.
Suckers. I mean, supportive.
No, we love them. And
thank God for y'all.
Yeah.
Your turn, tag, you're it.
We're praying for them. I know it's going to be it's always I don't say it rudely, but it always seems, Billy, like it's a challenging year. And that goes back to even when I was a kid. I mean, everybody said, it's going to be a challenging year, I don't think there's anything.
Well, we got some new administration and stuff like that. So until we get all the rules, especially from the student standpoint, until we get all the rules figured out, just keep your head down and whatever, just keep your number 2 pencil sharp, I guess. Words of wisdom.
Yesterday,
even though they do everything on computers now.
Yesterday we were talking about like pencil erasers, and the guy that invented that sold the patent for $100,000 way back, and is worth millions, of course, today. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why can't we think of something like that? Every single time I have an idea that I think is great, I get on Google and somebody's already thought of it.
Hey, you remember you used to get those little wooden rulers?
With the metal strip?
Yeah, and they had like the hole in the middle.
Yes.
And you would like spin them on your pencil. What was that hole for?
No idea.
Yeah, me either. It made a great airplane propeller, but I don't know what the intended purpose was.
It wasn't part of the 3 holes for your binder, was it? Because some of them only had the one hole.
Maybe that's what it was.
Because you remember some of them did. They had the 3 holes so you could put them in your binder.
Oh.
But there was some that only had 1.
Talking about your trapper keeper.
Yeah. God, dog, those were the days, man. No, keep it on that discussion, though, with kind of school-related stuff. I do want to try to get Travis.
Look at that muscle, man.
Yeah, you see that? We're not using that angle back there, but look at that, Billy.
Hey, you probably should.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, it's this one. God.
I had that earlier in the week because a young lady came.
I'm not into me, but I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, hold on. There you go, Billy. People on the radio can't see this.
Oh, man.
Billy, give them the radio play-by-play of what's going on here.
I'm flexing. Flex all 454.
No, we...
Look at that little roll in the back of my head, too. That's my hair.
This is the things we do on this show.
ADD at its finest.
You got to give it a name now. Hello, Jerry.
It's Roger the Roll, man.
Oh, no, we were talking yesterday. There was a young lady that came onto the show, Billy, and I didn't even realize, like, the camera was, how Kyle comes and hangs out sometimes. Yeah. He'll sit over here. Well,
I wonder where he's at this morning.
Oh, yeah, he's probably brisketeering somewhere.
We'll find out. We'll go track him down.
But there was she came in and she was sitting over here. Kia, who helps me out every once in a while, she was sitting down over here, Billy, and I felt bad because the camera was like zoomed in on her, and that poor thing thought that she was on the live stream, and so I zoomed it out, and that's where it stood when I zoomed it out. So it's a good new look.
That's why you got to look up there to see if you're on preview or program.
Oh yeah, I'm still learning. God, I miss Josh. He made it so easy. I just sit over there and hang out, and then he'd push all these buttons and do cool stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to mention something, though. I would very much like for the new superintendent, Travis Fanning, to come on the show. I'd like to get to know him. He seems like such a great man. Dr. Shepard did incredible work. I want to commend Dr. Shepard. I don't even know if I publicly ever acknowledged on this show before he departed how great of a job he did. Seeing that bond pass, and I know some people, Billy, get upset about that because they think about, well, teachers need a raise and all this, but you have to have the infrastructure and the facilities that are going to entice people to want to come into a community. And when you have more people come into a community and buying homes, guess what that does? That puts money into the tax base, and the tax base is what pays the wages. And so I have seen a tremendous amount of fruit from that new stadium. Mm-hmm. We're not paying Sam anymore. Which, no offense to them, but we're not paying them. And I think it was I don't think it was super cheap. They didn't give it to him. You know, Sam Houston did not.
I think it was rather expensive for us to rent that thing. You know, and I'm just going to keep that one to myself. Go ahead. Move on to the next one.
No, but you're right, though. And I think about now, like now the school gets to keep that revenue and put it back into their own funds and pay for things. And then you think about hosting. We would have never been able to host events under the school district. Now we can host UIL events, playoff game. They've hosted quite a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, we got that. We can do track and field, all type of stuff down there. So,
have you been to the new baseball fields and all that? The softball and baseball fields.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
God, those are nice.
I mean, I understand. Nobody likes a tax increase or a bond. Right? I totally get it because I get on board with that stuff too on some things. But man, if you go and look and see how that money was spent, I'm proud. I'm proud to say that that's our stadium. That's our ball field. That's
I know. I don't want to be controversial on anything. I'm not trying to stir the pot or whatever, but. A long time ago when a local bank knocked down that hill over there in that old mansion that was up on that hill. Now, I'm on the outside looking in. Before that went down, I was like, man, that's a cool building.
Yeah.
But now seeing kind of the fruit of that, we're seeing, and here's the great thing. And I'm not promoting them, Billy, but I'm just saying here's the fruit of it. There's an actual business that people are going to want to go to that took over that place. And I'm not saying they didn't want to go to the bank. Don't mishear me on that. But the new coffee shop that's opening up. That's going to be a place that a lot of people are going to want to go to. And I'm going to tell you this, it actually looks really nice. I drove by the other night, they got blue neon lights around that thing. And it's my understanding that it's not just that property. There's all that other property. Who knows what else is going to move into that property over there? So I kind of wanted to steer the discussion on this morning, and people chime in throughout the morning. But what is something that Huntsville's lacking that you feel that we need?
Let me grab this phone call while y'all think about that.
Yeah, we'll think about it. In fact, what we'll do, why don't we do this? We'll take a break. Billy and I will come back here in a moment as we'll continue promoting, celebrating the good here on a Faithful Friday. We'll keep it right here on the radio, so just stay locked in. We'll take a little bit of a break, and you'll hear some more PSAs, and we'll be back in a moment. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a Faithful Friday, underwriting support made possible by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll be right back after this.
Every day, correctional officers and staff across Huntsville walk into demanding jobs most of us will never fully understand. They work long hours, carry tremendous responsibility, and help protect their units and our community. Today, take a moment to pray for their safety, strength, wisdom, and families. To every TDCJ employee listening, your work is seen, your service matters, and Huntsville is grateful for you. A community message from Spirit 94.3.
Pastor Wade Phillips here, Waverly Station Cowboy Fellowship. Loving your neighbor doesn't always require a grand gesture. Sometimes it's checking on someone who lives alone, helping carry groceries, sharing a meal, or simply taking time to listen. Small acts of kindness can change the atmosphere of an entire community. Let's be the kind of people who notice one another, serve one another, and pray for one another. Huntsville, let's love our neighbors well. A community message from Spirit 94.3.
Hey y'all, it's Cameron Lee TV on your radio today. As the new school year approaches, Spirit 94.3 is praying for our students, teachers, and school employees across Huntsville and Walker County. May our students have the courage to learn, grow, and show kindness. May our teachers have strength, patience, and wisdom. And may every school become a place where children feel safe, supported, and encouraged. Here's to a great school year from your friends at Spirit 94.3. Hope lives here.
Faith has a new frequency. The Spirit of Huntsville. KHSPLP, Huntsville, Texas. Spirit 94.3.
Little Uptown on the Rejoin here on a Faithful. I like these. Josh did all this stuff, Billy.
Well, I was getting ready to ask, where do you find this music? Because I will assure y'all, I'm not like dancing in my seat at work when I got the radio on or whatever,
Well, hold on. Wait, Billy. Here we go. You ready? There it is.
Just be getting with it.
The mosh pit does that, man.
Maybe it's the headphones. Maybe. Well, I'll wear my headphones when I mow the grass too, but I'm not.
That's one thing I like about Josh.
Dancing.
Josh mixed it all. Pray that he comes back to us on Monday, please. I don't know what we're going to do without that young man. I told him, I said, look, man, pray about it. And here's the reality. Here we go. The reality is you got to have money to pay people. The reality is if you don't ask people for money in a thing like this, you don't have money. I don't ask people for money because everybody else in town asks everybody else for money.
Yeah, they get in line, that's for sure.
But I need to be a little more confident in that because I did reach out to somebody here, someone that you and I mutually know from a local church. And they said, boy, we've just been waiting on you to ask. We'd love to support Christ the King Methodist. They're going to underwrite this station.
Hey, I know those people.
Reverend Powers, the Hour of Power. We ought to have a program called the Hour of Power. God, it would be. We wouldn't get sued because that guy went off the air years ago. You know,
I would listen to it just to hear Jeff's stories.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're all true. You know,
I love that.
He's kind of like me. He's had some awesome, crazy, weird, unfortunate, amazing stuff happen to him in his life.
What's like a typical Reverend Powers sermon? Is there some humor in there, and then and then like the serious part? I mean, I've never heard it.
Oh yeah, you get your traditional scripture reading, and then he normally he tells you a story that relates back to that. And he's had some assignments over the years, and some really good sized churches and some really little tiny churches. So he's very broad spectrum of experiences, and he'll give you a story that ties back in. That kind of makes you go, oh, okay, I get you. I see where that comes from.
Yeah.
So and you tie that into your regular life, and by lunchtime we got you back on the road.
Yeah, well, he's a good man. I always enjoy sitting with him at Rotary on Wednesdays. He sits at our little table over there, and
hey, speaking of Rotary,
what you got for us, Billy, on the Rotary Club of Huntsville update for our friend Greg Smith?
Thank you for prefacing it that way. Yes, I have been personally challenged. If anyone in our listening, viewing, smelling, whatever audience, tasting, all that's the other sense, yes, would like to attend a Rotary meeting that takes place Wednesday at noon at the Katie and E. Don Walker Education Center on the bottom floor, simply reach out to the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home or the Hello Huntsville Spirit Radio, however, and you can become a guest of me or Rob. We will, and I don't care for 100 if y'all want to go.
And you get 2 free lunches.
Yeah,
on the Rotary Club.
Good lunch too. I'm not. This ain't no sack lunch. This is a for real deal lunch. So
this is one where if it's not there, you yell, "Mom, the meatloaf!"
Exactly. I mean, I like it's farmhouse. It's either farmhouse or McKenzie's.
And they had meatloaf.
They had meatloaf, and it's really good meatloaf.
Yeah, but you know what? I
had 2 pieces of cake last time too.
Brother, I had like 4, and I was so mad because they brought the white cake, and I said, "Come on!" But I've never had it. See, listen, here's the inspiration this morning. You know how it always happens. We don't know what we're going to do, and then here it is. Don't get upset about the things that you can't control, because something better may be right there and you don't realize it. Here's what I'm getting at. I was mad. I said, "Where's that pink cake at?" And it was not there. And I was livid about it internally. Now, not externally, of course, but inside I was like, God, dog, I've been waiting all week for that cake. And I get there and they had white cake. Billy, that white cake, somebody going to get mad at me in this community. That white cake to me was better than the pink cake.
Well, that's fine, because I'm trying to turn in a order for chocolate cake if Brian's listening. A yellow cake, chocolate icing, nothing big. Maybe a little Bluebell ice cream. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Or Redbird. I'll take Redbird.
And it's just for Billy, by the way, not for everybody else.
No, I'll share. I mean, if he brings enough.
Yeah. Well, hey, I do want to ask the people
you ever been asked to share something and you have like 1 or 2 pieces and there's like 300 people?
Yeah.
Kind of like the fishes and the loaves.
Yes, and it happens with children all the time where they say, I get all excited because I finally got that dessert that I've been waiting for all day. And then I don't want to be a bad dad. And what happens? Here comes my little precious little Braylon. Daddy, daddy. And of course I'm going to give her a bite. And then all of a sudden, of course, thing number 2, he hears it. Daddy, daddy, I love you this much. He does that now, Billy. He'll put his hands behind his back. That's how much he says he loves me. Daddy, can I have a bite? And of course and then by the time they have their 3 or 4 bites each, there's maybe 1 bite left for me.
My freshman in high school still does that, so you're not getting out of it.
Well, hey, we do want to say hello to all of you for joining us this morning. Comment in on YouTube. Again, text us 936-339-0139. I did say before the segment, I want to do something here in a moment that's kind of fun. We'll do it on our next segment. But I wanted to spend just a quick little bit of time. I always like reminiscing about history. And I always love, Billy, when I start chatting with you about things in Huntsville that used to be. And I always like talking about that. There's something about any community. I'm always fascinated as you drive through a community and you look at places and you wonder, like, what used to be there? Or what is that? Or why is that slab out there with a bunch of trees on it and there's nothing there anymore? And then I go back and I start looking and researching. Well, back in the day, I got on this tangent of researching some of these towns. And I said, why are all these slabs here in the middle of this downtown area? It was in Missouri. Well, it turns out 20 years prior, a tornado ripped through that town, wiped it all out. A lot of people passed. That's why that town didn't have any businesses, unfortunately. But I started thinking about Huntsville and all the great things that we have and all the local small business. And you and I are very passionate. You called me one day, about a local small business here in town. And you said, we need to go support them. And we did. We went over there and ate. And I've been over there. I go over there once a month now to eat at this particular establishment.
They got a steak lunch special now. That's the price right and it's really good.
We'll just say that it's at the corner of 11th Street or 30 and 45 next to a vacant gas station building. It's really good.
You can go eat there and spend your entire meal going, I wonder why they haven't torn that gas station down yet, because that's kind of what we do.
And if you order a salad in that place, you're going to say, why is this plate the best, coldest plate I've ever had in my life?
It's from a glacier in Alaska.
Yeah. Herman comes out the ace. Oh, but there are some things that I wish we had in Huntsville. But I want to be careful about wishing too much because...
Like a Long John Silver's?
God, what? Hey, and that's another question. What happened to the building? They finally tore it down over there. One day, because I go over there to that Taco Bell all the time, one day I look over and I didn't even realize that the building was gone.
That's when it became a reality that it wasn't coming back, Jack.
You ever feel like when you see those buildings, you get kind of sad and think that there's a chance?
But McDonald's is that way. Like one day they were closed. They were closed, and that night the building was torn down, and the next day there was magically a McDonald's right back there. So
same location here in Huntsville,
yeah.
Same thing. Well, so let us know this morning when you think of like the old Church's Chicken building here on 11th.
I'm still holding out hope that they'll come back.
That it'll come back, yeah. But think about
big pieces, little prices.
What could be there? What would you like to see there? What would you like to see where that Long John Silver's was? What would you like to see in this community?
I have begged for years for wings and more, and that's finally coming to light.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
a little upset. I'm a little upset that
Why?
It's an express.
What does that mean? You can't eat in there?
No, you can eat in there. It's just it doesn't have the full menu that a regular Wings and More restaurant has.
Are you a bone in or bone out wing guy?
I'm a man. Bone in.
Yeah, I'm not. I like them boneless.
So you like chicken tenders?
Yeah.
Call it what it is. It's a chicken tender.
I do wish that we had a place like, and again, I got to be careful because I don't want to hurt any local small, because we have great local small business. And I go to a lot of the businesses that when I need something, I think of.
Carbonero's used to have some of the best hot wings a man could get. I don't think he has them anymore, but
I really wish that we had like a Kohl's. I always like Kohl's because it's easy. And again, I know we've got a great man here in town that has a business that offers clothing, but there's some clothing that he doesn't have that I would like. And I like being able to walk into Kohl's and they got just about a little bit of everything that you need. That is, and you go down this train and say, boy, I wish and then you'll start thinking, well, I wish we had that. And one day I asked this on social media and everybody was saying all these big corporations, just like me, but they were saying all of them. But
that gentleman you're referring to, though,
a good man,
probably one of the most generous people in this entire county.
And Sunday evening, not tomorrow on Saturday, but Sunday evening from 5, I think it's from 5 to 8 or 5 to 7. Did you know that gentleman is giving away 1,000 Adidas backpacks?
Yeah, name brand backpacks.
And free
haircuts. I can only imagine how much that's costing.
Golly. And free haircuts to sport clips. So that's why I say that with caution, because I know when a business like that comes in, it could hurt a business like his. But here's the thing. There's a lot of things that he has that I do need, and I go in there from time to time for a white dress shirt. I've went in for dress socks. I mean, if you want to get a nice pair of dress socks and don't cost you much and you need to get in and out, that's the guy you go to in town. You know what I'm saying? Or if you need I needed a quick white dress shirt one time. Miss Lita used to work for him. She's over there helping stuff the bags right now. But I went in and I was in and out in 5 seconds because I said, I just need a white dress shirt. Boom, in and out, done. Not promoting him. I'm just telling who the guy is and how much he cares about this community. So
I reckon we should say the business name at some point, huh?
yeah, we'll say it on the.
We drug it along long enough.
Yeah, it rhymes with Red Baron Pizza.
Yeah. It's his cousin Lee.
Yeah, it's old Lee Baron Pizza. Oh man. Well, hey, we do appreciate all of you. Let's take one more quick break. Billy, I know you got to leave here in a little bit. We are going to have a guest joining us at the final segment today, and so y'all stay locked in. But I want to come back and do something a little bit fun, Billy. I want to do a little back in the day trivia with you. How does that sound, man? A little back in the day. It's going to get us thinking about things back in the day. And I know when I bring a lot of this stuff up, you're going to start saying, oh, yeah, I kind of miss that. I was thinking of you, Billy, when I thought about that.
I miss most of it. We do, man.
Yeah, it's going to make you kind of, well, there was those days when Billy was so happy when the calmness of yesteryear was rocking in the wind in his rocking chair. Boy, he misses those rotary telephones and the subtle blow of air through the window that was open late at night. But then the air conditioners replaced it.
So true. So true.
The rotary telephone turned into some sort of technological nightmare with a portable phone in your home with a long metal antenna that poked out your sister's eye. We'll talk about these things when we come back.
Man, our first touch-tone phone we ordered off the Home Shopping Network.
You remember them old things? And they had the metal antenna that went up a mile.
And that's how you hung it up too.
Oh,
you push the antenna back down.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make it sound a little better so it's too sad. All right, Billy. We'll take a break. Hey, we'll break off the radio here. And so if you're listening on Spirit 94.3, we'll go back to music and programming. But come hang out with us on YouTube. Billy and I will keep you entertained here for the next 15, 20 minutes. And I'll have my guests joining us at the end of the show today. So make sure that you stay locked in. As we're going to have a great guest, someone in the community that's doing something. And what is it? Well, you're going to find out when we come back. Kaitlyn Stroud joining us here in a couple of segments. But Billy and I will keep you entertained over the next 15 minutes or so. We'll go back to music and programming. Stay with us, though, for the show as we continue on YouTube. It is Good Morning Huntsville, and a big thank you, as always, to our underwriting support, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll be right back after this.
Huntsville. Imagine giving a Walker County child a brand new book every month from birth until age 5 at no cost to the family. Tomorrow's Promise Educational Foundation makes that possible through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Help us keep the books coming by joining us for Lasso Your Imagination, Boots, Barbecue, and Bingo, Friday, September 11th at the fairgrounds. Enjoy dinner, bingo, auctions, entertainment, and a night that supports local children. Learn more at yourimagination.info.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hey Friend Rob Hip here. I want to take a moment and brag on my friends at Elliott's Jewelers. If you're celebrating a milestone anniversary, they have a beautiful 14-karat yellow gold past, present, and future diamond ring that really tells the story right. There's 3 natural diamonds. They represent where you've been, where you are, and what's still ahead together. And that's what I love about Elliott's. They're not just helping you to buy jewelry, they're helping you mark an important moment in your life and help to make memories. And it may be that specific ring, it's not the one for you. Well, they have a large selection to help you find something that fits your story. Hey, go to their website. You can set up a private appointment online. It's elliotsjewelers.com.
Hope lives here. Spirit 94.3.
Hello, yeehaw, here on a Faithful Friday. As we'll have a little back in the day trivia today, Billy. What do you think, man? A little back in the day. You like going back in the day quite a bit, or?
No, not me.
Yeah, right. That's your nickname, is Back in the Day Billy.
Back in the day.
Back in the Day Billy. I got a few
great.
things.
When the guys at the firehouse hear that, I'll never hear the end of it.
Hey, you know what? By the way, shout out to those great folks over there at Crabs Prairie VFD. They're
Holding
good.
it down.
They're probably watching. They always watch on a Friday because they said, that's our buddy over there. That's old Billy Cauthen over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged you.
Paw Paw up on the screen.
Hi, Paw. I used to do work. I did work for my cousin. And I didn't, you ever have those cousins that you really don't know, but they're your cousins? Have you ever had any like that you just weren't like super close to?
Yeah.
Well, I had a cousin in Georgetown. I had a lot of cousins. Our family was from that area for 3 or 4 generations. And so I had a lot of cousins. In fact, one of my Spanish friends one time, he goes, Hip, you're like one of us, man. And I said, why? And he goes, everybody in town is your cousin. He told me that. I was laughing my head off. But it's true. Everybody in town used to be our cousin. I was doing work, and it was my cousin and her husband. Oh, it used to annoy. And my brother and I still to this day, that poor thing, we make fun of it. Because she called her husband Paw Paw. And she would go, I sold him a brand. And this is why, like, you don't want to do work for family that you don't know that well, because they're going to like hold it against you because you're quote unquote family. Nice lady. But I sold her a computer monitor. She wanted one. I sold it to her. It was a perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. I didn't mark it up hardly any. I made like $10 on it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, that's kind of hard to see. I said, well, the font's huge. And then she calls her husband. What do you think, Paw Paw? Can you see that, Paw Paw? Well, if Paw Paw can't see it, Robin. Paw Paw can't. And I was just sitting there thinking, that's your husband. Stop calling him Paw Paw. And so to this day, I'll call my brother and he'll answer the phone and go, hey, Paw Paw.
When are we going to get your brother on the show?
He won't do anything like this. He never would.
Yeah, he's never called me back either.
Yeah, he won't ever come on the show. He's not like super outgoing. I love my bro, but he's not outgoing. He don't like to be around a lot of people, and he's not real outgoing, which is okay. I mean, some people are wired that way. So
we got your sister on.
Yeah, she came on. So, all right, Billy. Well, here we go. This is going to be a little back in the day trivia with Back in the Day Billy.
Back in the day replay.
All right. I'm going to switch it over to you here. But you're going to, of course, I can't answer these because I see the answer. So I'm going to throw them your way.
So I'm going to win?
Yeah, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Well, if you get it wrong, how about you lose 5 points? Then I have a chance.
Oh, we're back to Moshi math.
Yeah. I want to Moshi math. It's Back in the Day Billy in Moshi math. All right, here we go. Round 1, old school technology. Now, these may be pretty easy. What did you use to rewind a cassette tape without wasting batteries?
Pencil.
And you remember you had to have the hexagon
It had
pencil?
to be it couldn't be a round one. It had to be a hexagon.
What did it mean when someone says be kind?
Rewind your tapes before you take them back to 49 and more.
There was one of those here?
Yep.
49 cents?
There was 2 of them.
So 49-cent VHS rental?
Mm-hmm.
Did they have like the wall on when a movie came out where they had like 50 of them and then you would pick, and you know what I'm talking about? Like they'd have like I remember we'd sit around and wait at Blockbuster or whatever, and they'd have, when the movie came out, there'd be a wall of 50 of them or whatever. And you had to take like the paper behind it, and then they would give you the movie behind the counter.
I want to say at 49 and more, like the actual tape was on the shelf, but maybe the box was in front of it. And you would remove, it was in a plastic case, and you would like take that.
You'd squeeze the ends of the case and the movie would fall out. You remember that? The plastic one?
Yes.
All right. What number? Oh, I remember this one. What number did you dial to get the exact time? Now, I'm not looking for. Now, if you knew,
you had to call time and temperature.
That's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. How did you know that?
Well, we had that, and we had dial a prayer here in Huntsville.
So you just called a number and it would tell you the time and temperature.
Yeah, when I was little, my mom would call dial a prayer and let me talk to the recording.
That's like talking to AI now, except it talks back to you. All right. What is the name of the portable cassette player made famous by
Walkman?
Yeah, Walkman. Have you ever seen The Watchmen?
No.
My great uncle had, or no, my great uncle, poor guy, he's my uncle. He's 92, so I think of him like a great uncle. He had a Sony Watchman, and it was their TV version of the Walkman. Pretty legit little thing. All right, and then finally, what did people use before GPS to plan a road trip?
Randall McNally map.
See, some people would just say a map, but it had to be, if you're going to do it right, Randall McNally.
Yeah, it had to be the good one.
God, and I bet that poor guy ain't making nothing anymore. But that guy's like bankrupt.
Probably. He had his turn. He's done.
All right, real quick. Things that kids today may never remember. Billy, again, these are going to be pretty easy. Why did people sometimes slap the side of a television?
To correct the picture.
Yeah. Did y'all do that?
Absolutely.
We had the UHF, VHF. And on the bottom, the VHF, I could turn that knob.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, cell phones used to operate in that same frequency. And the old VHF, UHF TVs, the newer ones would stop at 69. The old ones would go to 80. Well, there was something with the FCC that banned the allocation from 70 to 80 because it was reserved for cell phones. And so on those older TVs, you could actually turn that knob and pick up cell phone conversations through your TV.
Our old police scanner, I could jack with it and get it to pick up cordless phones in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would infuriate my parents. Boy, don't do that mess. That's private.
Baby monitors, all that stuff was pretty crazy back then, man.
Yeah, because it was all pretty low band.
All right. What were you doing? What were you doing when you recorded a song off the radio? If you were recording a song off the radio, what were you doing? How did you do it?
You press play and record at the same time?
Yeah, pop in a cassette tape.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of those that I recorded off
And
the
you
radio.
would hope and pray that the DJ wouldn't talk at the end of the song.
Talk over it.
And if you requested it, chances are they were going to do it because they knew what you were doing.
Yeah. What happened when someone picked up the house phone if you were online? And I remember this because I used to get
They would get that, and your parents said, "Get off the internet,"
and it would disconnect you from the internet. Yeah, yeah. I remember one time I was in a 7-day download of a song. God. It took 7 days to download a song, and I was like on day 5. This thing had been connected the whole time, and somebody picked up the phone in the house. My dad actually got. I remember the number 7389. He got us a secondary number, and I picked that thing up. Or he picked it up by accident. It knocked me off. I was literally on a 7-day download for an album because it took.
Oh, it was an album. It wasn't. I was thinking it was just a song.
No, it was like 12. But back then, it was 14,400 kilobits a second. To give you an idea, nowadays we're talking a gigabit a second. Back then, it was a kilobit. That was like 1,000 times slower.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a couple of other ones here. What was stored inside a trapper keeper? We were talking about the trapper
paper.
keeper. Yeah, papers, folders, pens, notebooks.
Apparently, you can stick that ruler in there too.
Yeah. You remember the little pencil bag, the plastic ones you put in there?
Yeah, and after a while, the little sliders for it wouldn't work right.
What did it mean to call someone collect?
That's when they would accept the charges for the phone call.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. All right, let's move on. We got a few more. You ready, Billy? A couple more. These are fun. Round 3, old school food and shopping. What powdered drink was known for that
Tang.
smiling? No. Hold on.
Oh, I got to hear the whole question. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Because Tang was in there, is what I would think. What powder drink was known for a smiling pitcher mascot?
Oh, yeah. The Kool-Aid Man.
Mayor's probably wanted.
Yeah. Kool-Aid.
TV dinners came in a frozen divided tray. We didn't know that one. I don't eat too many TV dinners anymore. They're just not the same.
When the girls were doing a vacation Bible school here a month or so back or whatever, I ate a whole bunch of like lean cuisines, which is pretty much the same thing.
You can't microwave them, though. Do you microwave them or put them in the oven?
I microwave them.
See, if you put them in the oven, they taste better. But the problem
Who's
is
got time for that?
Exactly. And that's what annoys me, because I'll cook one of them in the oven. The green beans taste phenomenal. I cook them in a microwave. The green beans are nasty.
My wife, my oldest daughter, they are master chefs at chicken pot pie, and they like get the pie crust and they do everything and they stick it in the oven. Well, I like the little cheap ones, little Swansons or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I pop them in the microwave, because if you do them in the oven, you got to wait for the oven to heat up, and then it's like 45 minutes to an hour. As where if you put them in the microwave, it's like 5 minutes.
Do you remember what restaurant was famous? I forgot about this, for personal pan pizza reading rewards.
Pizza Hut.
God, dog, Pizza Hut. Remember that?
And those personal pan pizzas, they were in like a little aluminum foil thing with a little white cardboard top that was reflective on the opposite side of it.
I forgot about this too. Stores back in the day, now it's all digital reward points, but green stamps.
Green stamps, yeah.
That was right when I was born. My mom, it ended in the 80s.
The high chair that I sat in as a child came from green stamps.
That's another question. Why don't I don't care. I'm going to call him out. Zach's a good dude. It ain't his fault over at HEB. Why in the heck don't HEB have any type of rewards for their gas or in the grocery store? You ever thought about that? As prominent as they are, they don't have a rewards program.
They don't need it.
Well, but I need it.
Okay, but they don't.
They don't have anything.
They still got 800 people out there in the parking lot right now.
I go to Dollar General, Billy, and I don't even go that often. And every time I go, it says, you have enough points for $10 off. I don't even remember the last time I went in there.
Or you get the special coupon that's only good on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one last one on this one. What candy came with the comic strip inside the wrapper?
Bazooka bubble gum.
I didn't know that one. I remember it, but I didn't know it. All right, and the final one here, television. What day of the week were Saturday morning cartoons?
Can I phone a friend? 50-50.
I read that wrong.
Okay, it's Saturday.
Saturday morning cartoons. What was one of the most popular on that day of the week? That morning, Saturday morning, what was the most popular
Probably
cartoon?
Looney Tunes or something.
It was that and Schoolhouse Rock. You remember Schoolhouse Rock? This one. What television show, I don't know this one, featured Kit?
Knight Rider.
I didn't know that one. The talking car. Wasn't David Hasselhoff in that thing?
Yep.
Yeah. What game show asked contestants to, and it still does, come on down?
The Price is Right.
Yeah. I don't know this one.
Hey, I've always wanted to spin that big wheel, the showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I've always wanted someone AI.
That's right up there with the balloon and the confetti.
Yeah. We need to make that thing happen for you, man. Golly, you've been talking about that for 3 years and we haven't done it yet. All right, final couple here. I don't know this one. You probably will. What family lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? I don't know this one. I didn't know it till I saw it. 1313 Mockingbird Lane. I'll give people the chance to reply too on this one. The Munsters. I never watched that. The Munsters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did, but that's kind of before my time.
1313. And then what did people adjust on the top of their TV to improve reception?
Those rabbit ears, man.
Rabbit ears, yep. So there you go, man.
Now, we was a highfalutin family. We had the Rainbird antenna from Radio Shack.
Yep.
And we had the little box that you would turn. I remember like a little brown box with a silver knob and of course, my dad was such a sports nut. He had that thing perfectly tuned, man, where we were picking up 3, 13, 26, 39.
You had the whole thing. Oh, man.
Well, I wasn't going to miss a game, by God.
There was a final thing on here that said talk about the things that used to have a cord that no longer are. And
Everything.
man, everything. I was even thinking about this keyboard. I mean, I'm typing on this keyboard. We didn't have
Keyboard,
wireless.
mouse, telephone, you name it.
Yeah, everything did. So, well, there you go. A little fun to get you thinking. And back in the day, it'll be our new segment just for today. Back in the day, Billy.
It's new just for the day. Don't
Yeah.
get used to it.
Well, Billy, before we wrap up, thanks for being here. I know you got a busy morning and day ahead of you, but just give us some updates, man. What's going on at the funeral home? We want folks to know that when it comes to compassionate care, it's right here. It's at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Let the people have a good word today, brother. What's been going on?
We've been, helping a couple of families this last week, helping them with their loved ones, just working hard, honoring families, keeping our head down, doing the Lord's work. So
There was I should have saved this, Billy, and I feel bad that I didn't. It came across the social media feeds last night. And I'm going to tell you, man, y'all always get great reviews. But there was somebody, and they posted, I think it was in a Good, Bad, and Ugly, they posted a very positive review on you guys and how much that y'all have helped their family during a very troubling time. Our friend Adrian Hunter commented on it because I know you were there for her with her sweet husband. You guys have just been, I was going to say miraculous, the way that y'all take care of people. It takes a miracle sometimes to help people through a tough situation. And you guys are the miracle that some people need. And you think about miracle and death, that doesn't normally go together, man.
yeah, I think about miracle. I think of whip.
Yeah. Put that on something.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, hey, I know you got to get rolling. I appreciate you being here. Sorry for the distance. We just pray that Josh comes back on Monday.
Well,
please.
let's just pray that some people call the funeral home and want to go to a Rotary meeting and learn what Rotary is about, the service organization, per Greg Smith's request.
Yeah.
2 free lunches, good lunch,
On
our obligation.
And I'd like to take credit and say it's on us, even though it really isn't.
Oh, absolutely. I'll cover it. Come on down. Call me.
All right. Well,
Call me at the funeral home.
Well, brother, I appreciate you. I know you got to go. We have our guest waiting. I'll have her on in just a few moments. Miss Kaitlyn Stroud. Billy's going to head out, but hey, man, so long. Thanks for being with us today, brother.
Yes, sir.
SHMFH.com. Go by and see my great friend Billy Cauthen for that pre-planning. Get it done. Hey, love you, brother. We'll see you next time, man.
Make this Friday awesome.
Yes, sir. Hey, we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Kaitlyn Stroud joining us when we come back as we continue on. And again, a big thank you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home here in Walker County. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us.
Hello, Huntsville. Imagine giving a Walker County child a brand new book every month from birth until age 5 at no cost to the family. Tomorrow's Promise Educational Foundation makes that possible through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Help us keep the books coming by joining us for Lasso Your Imagination, Boots, Barbecue, and Bingo, Friday, September 11th at the fairgrounds. Enjoy dinner, bingo, auctions, entertainment, and a night that supports local children. Learn more at yourimagination.info.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hi, this is Braylon. You are listening to Field Radio. God bless you.
Making disciples of all nations from here to the world. Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, back at it here on a Faithful Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville, inching ever closer to episode number 800. Remember, Billy and I made up the decision a little bit earlier here this morning that we want you to come. We're not going out in public. We've done this for previous episodes, but on 800, episode number 800 is going to happen next Wednesday. So this Wednesday coming up, right after the weekend, then we fast forward to Wednesday. Come to our studio. We are hosting a community breakfast, and we want all of you, all of our faithful audience, and all of you who have been with us for so many years, 3 years now, over 3 years, as we celebrate episode 800. We're going to have free breakfast. We'd love to invite all first responders, especially our Huntsville Police Department, Fire Department. You guys come out. Let us serve you breakfast. We'd be honored to do that. As a special thank you. So we will see you on Wednesday here at the studio located at First Baptist Church, 1229 Avenue J, and come celebrate with us and have breakfast before the show. We'll have it all set up, a good spread, breakfast tacos, and much more. A community breakfast as a thank you to all of you for making our program possible, again, for nearly actually a little bit over 3 years now. Well, it's always great when we get to have guests, and I am so thankful for the privilege and the honor here to welcome in a new guest to our show and a new guest to the radio station. We want to welcome in this morning Kaitlyn Stroud of Faithful Steward Wellness. Kaitlyn, so good to have you. And, I know that you got a lot going on with family and kiddos and all that, but you were taking time out of your busy morning to be with us here today. So, Kaitlyn, how are things going? It's so good to have you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Rob. Things are good. Yeah, very busy. Like you said, I've got 3 kids at home, so super busy.
Yeah. Well, you took time today because we want to talk about something very, very important. And you have an event coming up here pretty quick. In fact, right here at First Baptist Church. And this is coming up not this Saturday, not tomorrow, but the next Saturday after that, if I'm not mistaken, the 15th at 10 a.m., Cancer Prevention for First Responders and their families. Tell us a little bit about this event and what will be happening on August the 15th.
Yeah. So this, it's a class, but also a fundraiser, and it's for our dear friends Travis and Stephanie Phillips. They have both been diagnosed with cancer, different types of cancer this summer. And he's a retired Houston firefighter. And so obviously firefighters are at much higher risk for cancer than just the general population. I think it's like they're exposed to like 2 to 5 times more toxins than just us everyday people, right? And then also other first responders are at increased risk just because of the stress load that they are under just from a day-to-day basis, seeing things that most of us don't see that they have to see every day, and we won't see it in like our entire lifetime. So, the class, August 15th, 10 a.m., it's donation based. So it's just whatever you want to donate, whether that's $1, whether it's $100, you get to pick. And we're going to learn a lot of exciting things. So obviously how stress can impact our risk for cancer. That genetics are not our destiny. So a lot of times you'll hear, oh, I have breast cancer in my family, so I'm bound to have breast cancer, right? It's not true. It's definitely not true. And I'll talk about why it's not true. Myths about cancer prevention. One of the biggest things that I like to talk about is screenings. Screenings are not cancer prevention. Screenings are catching the problem as it's already happening, right? And so we want daily prevention before we even get to that problem. So I'll teach in the class how we can prevent cancer daily on a day-to-day basis instead of just waiting until the crisis happens. So, and then myths about like detoxing, because a lot of times you'll hear like, oh, if I just do this detox that I found on TikTok, I'll be fine. But that's not always the case.
Yeah.
So those are some of my favorite things to talk about.
We appreciate Tracy and for coming on the station here today. We need to talk about this cancer prevention for first responders and their families. And this is a very practical, evidence-based class on reducing cancer risk. Kaitlyn has a heart to do this. The Lord's put it on her heart to serve in this capacity. And she's all about health and wellness. And she knows it better than anybody. And the most important thing, too, besides the information that you're going to receive, is the proceeds will benefit, as she said, Travis and Stephanie Phillips, retired Houston firefighter and his wife. They are both currently battling cancer. I can't even imagine a couple going through this. A lot of times you'll hear one spouse or the other going through. Here's a couple that's going through it together. And so come and be a part of this. Admission, $25 per person. If you want to give more, you can. And you can find out more and get the seats today. Seating is limited. And so you can go to faithfulstewardwellness.com/register. Again, it's faithfulstewardwellness.com/register. Now, Kaitlyn, one final thing. You said that this is cancer prevention for first responders and their families. What if somebody out there is listening that's maybe not a first responder? Are they still welcome to come, or is this specifically for first responders and their families?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is welcome to come. It's only really kind of geared towards first responders because Travis is one, but really cancer prevention is the same for everyone. We're all trying to reduce our toxic load, what we're exposed to, trying to eat right and eat better and prevent cancer. And so it's really all the same for everybody. It's just some people are at higher risk than others. And so if you're not a first responder, or if you don't know a first responder, please come to the class and you'll still get a lot of valuable information.
Well, again, Kaitlyn Stroud here with us talking about cancer prevention for first responders and their families. The website, faithfulstewardwellness.com/register. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention, Kaitlyn. It's something that people need to come and be a part of. First Baptist Church, happening Saturday, August the 15th at 10 a.m. So thank you, Kaitlyn.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, I kind of want to shift gears because obviously this is a big event, and we want people to come and be a part of that. But let's spend a little bit of time and just get to know you. I know I jumped right into the, hey, let's talk about the event. We wanted to get that out there right away. But tell us a little bit about you, because, when you first came out, I was like, oh, did you grow up here in Huntsville? And you're like, nope. And but that's okay. So let us know just a little bit about your story, your journey, your family, all those things, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So me and my husband, we live here in Huntsville. We have 3 little kids. My oldest is 5. And then I have a 2-year-old and a almost 11-month
so you guys know all about it.
Yeah. So we're kind of in the thick of it. And my husband works a lot. He's trying to become a first responder, which is really another thing why this tugs on my heartstrings a little bit, because then everybody's like, well, are you scared that he's wanting to become a firefighter or an EMT? Because what if something happens? I'm like, it's okay. The Lord's got us. If it's time has come, then that is what it is. And we have to accept that. And
he's got a leg up though, because you know a few things about a few things.
Yeah, I know. Now that he's in school, we're hitting back and forth on all the medical stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I knew that all along. He's like, that's so cool.
Well, how did your journey from West Virginia, how'd you end up in, if you don't mind me asking, how did that journey happen? Because I always like to hear about, people coming to a community. I think it's great that you're here. We're blessed to have you here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So my parents moved down to Texas when I first went to college just for jobs. It was 2012, the housing crash happened and everything. My mom couldn't find a job for over a year. And so they moved down to Texas. And of course, it's jobs galore. It's amazing down here. And then I was going to school in West Virginia and then wanted to get in-state tuition because it was really expensive. Since my parents were not in West Virginia anymore, I had to pay out of state. And so I came to Texas and then decided to go to Sam Houston because I was like, oh, criminal justice. My stepdad is a police officer too. And so I was like, I want to learn all about criminals and criminal justice and psychology and all that stuff. And then obviously that's not what I'm doing now. So just kind of rerouted, but stayed in Texas because who wouldn't, right? It's the best place ever. So.
Well, cool. What's weird? I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I don't notice any type of accent. Is accents in West Virginia a thing?
That's so funny. Yeah.
I don't notice.
They are a little bit.
You sound like you're from here though.
Well, thanks. Yeah. My uncle, he's from Philadelphia. So, he's got like a Philly accent.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every time I'd go to visit them in Virginia, he would always make fun of me. He's like, you sound like such a hick now. And I'm like, well, you sound like a New Yorker. So, yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about the health and wellness journey. I wanted to talk about this. You're a holistic nutritionist. Tell us a little bit about what that, I know a lot of people know what that means, but there may be somebody today that's watching and they're saying, well, what is that? So tell us a little bit about that journey. How did all of this come about? Because, Sam Houston, you said criminal justice.
I know.
But here's a whole career change. And
Yeah.
I know the Lord had something to do with it somewhere, as he always does. But let us know a little bit about your business and kind of how you got into what you're doing now. Tell us that part of the story.
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of went with, after I had my daughter, I had this like huge sense of responsibility of, holy moly, the Lord just gave me this human being to take care of and
This
raise.
thing does so much.
Yeah, and make sure that she's healthy and thriving, right? Like that's my responsibility. I was like, how the heck do I do that? And so I went down this deep dive of a rabbit hole of nutrition and like all the things. And then eventually, which led me, because she also had like a dairy allergy really bad. And so I went down the rabbit hole and eventually got my nutritional therapy certification after that. And then I just felt this calling to really serve, especially believers who just desire to steward their bodies well for their families, right? Because how well can we serve the Lord and our families if we're not taking care of ourselves?
Well, it's all about mind, body, spirit. And that's what we learned at ORU too. So,
So like if we're constantly just fatigued and exhausted all the time, like we can't show up for our kids the way that we need to. So that's what's my motivation to get into that. To help people. But yeah, the career changes. I think my goal was always really to help people and just figuring out like, in what way do I do that? And so I think this is a good spot to help people. Yeah. Mind, body, and spirit.
yeah, 1 Thessalonians, I was looking this up, 5:23 says, now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit, your soul, and your body be preserved blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. And it focuses on God caring for every part of our body. And in return, we need to care for our bodies. And boy, what a timely day that you were on here, because these are all things that I've been thinking about, and I'm exhausted. I'm wore out. I'm tired. I decided to wait a little bit longer to have children. And so at 42, I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and daddy's wore out and mama's a little wore out too.
Yeah.
But we got to take care of ourselves. What would you say to somebody like me this morning that's just saying, man, I'm so exhausted, and maybe I know that I've got to be there for my children. I know that I have to be present, but I just don't, and I don't want to say like it's horrible, but like I just don't feel good. What would you say to somebody? I know that it's not just me. This is why you do what you do, but what would you say to that person? And really, what would you say to me?
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I help people feel better. And it's not like, because you hear stuff all over the internet of like, try this diet, try that diet. This thing's going to fix you and this thing won't. You're not allowed to eat this. You should only be eating meat, all these things. And it's so exhausting and confusing.
Yeah.
And it just makes things worse, right? And so that's where I come in to clear up all of that stuff, because everybody is so bio-individual. And so one thing works for someone and it might not work for the next person. It likely won't work for the next person, right? And so I'm looking for like the root cause of why you're so exhausted and why you're dealing with all these symptoms, so that we can address it there. And instead of just managing symptoms with supplements or medications or things like that, so it can be lifelong, and, building habits so that it makes it sustainable. And it's not hard. Like it doesn't have to be hard to have good energy and to eat well and to take care of your body.
Yeah, I'm sitting here as you're talking, Kaitlyn, at your website. Her website, by the way, this is Kaitlyn Stroud, Faithful Steward Wellness.com. You can find out more information. I love the very first thing. I mean, we already knew the moment that you walked in here. We said, this is an outstanding young lady. We know that you're a woman of faith just by how you carry yourself. And right there on the front page, it says personalized nutrition for Christians trying to steward their bodies well. I don't think you can say it any better than that. There are people out there that are hurting this morning. And I know that you came on to talk about the event, and we need to support that. And we're going to mention it one more time before we go here in a little bit. But friends, you got to take care of yourself first. I've always said this. I said it just this week. I said, we focus so much on the grass is greener on the other side that we forget to take care of our own grass. If we ain't taking care of our own property first, how are we going to be able to take care of the other person?
Exactly.
And so this is what you do. And how does it work? You put together a plan. Maybe walk us through some of that. I know there's probably like an initial consultation you can book right there on your website. But walk us through how does that process work?
Yeah. So first I'll do a free clarity call. And so on that call, I'm gathering all of your symptoms, all the things that you're struggling with, whether it's fatigue, blood sugar problems, cravings, you can't sleep, things like that. All of the symptoms that are really just getting in the way of life and making it hard, and building kind of a pattern to see where those things are coming from. And then we're going to look at, and then I'm building you actively that plan of where we're going to start. So whether it's with blood sugar regulation, or whether it's with your dialing in your sleep or your stress management, we're giving you a plan to see where you need to start so that you don't have confusion or overwhelm in just figuring out what to do. So that's what you get on that call. You'll figure out what you need to do and then figure out my program and how it works for you.
How long have you been doing this for, Kaitlyn?
For just a couple of years, probably 2 years now.
Awesome. And what is the response that you're getting? I saw some of the testimonials, but I wanted to give you an opportunity just to voice some of those testimonials on behalf of some people. What is the response? What are you hearing from people?
Yeah. So my client that I have right now, I'm super excited. This one's my favorite because when we first started, he was talking about he's so exhausted. He drives from here to Houston to work. So that's, at least an hour. He's falling asleep on the way to work. He's got kids at home and a wife. He can't fall asleep on the road and get in a car accident and then not come home to his kids. Like, that's terrifying for his wife too. And so my favorite thing is he's not falling asleep on the way to work anymore. He's getting the same amount of sleep, but he's not falling asleep on the way to work. So he's getting more restful sleep. And then his wife was telling me how less overwhelming it is. Like, it's not overwhelming anymore trying to get healthier and do the right things because they have my support and me walking them through it step by step every week with them. So if they have any questions or well, we started this, but it's not working for us. Like, what do we do? That's where I can come in and say, let's shift some things around. So
I already know one thing I need to do, and I'm not hating on my buddies over at the popular gas stations here in Huntsville, but God, they got a good burger. And I just devoured one right before yesterday, before all this other stuff. I devoured one yesterday, and I'm sitting here thinking, all right, maybe today I lay off the burgers because, it's still fairly early, and a little bit later today, I've already got the golden arches in my mind. And see, you're already thinking, here's what your problem is, dude. We can fix that.
Yeah.
My problem is I crave all that garbage all the time. And it's like, I don't want to, I'll just say it. I don't care. I'm not, some guys are like, well, I'm going to be tough and not talk about emotional things. Well, I'm telling you guys, listen, talk about emotional things. Sometimes you got to talk about what's going on. I think I emotionally eat, and I think I eat because I literally get bored. And I just eat because I'm bored, and it's something that brings me satisfaction in the midst of being bored. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I've heard a lot too, you've heard a lot of, I don't know if you've heard the term food noise. And so I really truly believe that it's not just you, it's not a willpower problem. It's a physical problem that we're dealing with blood sugar regulation. So when we have any type of sugar or carbs, it's energy, right? And so it goes into our bloodstream. And then if it's too much, our blood sugar is going to spike. And then we get those energy crashes at 3 p.m. where we're exhausted and we can't get through the rest of the day. And then we also have the the spikes and then the crashes. So the crashes when we feel that energy dip. And then we're craving food all the time. And so that's where those sugar cravings and even fast food cravings come in. And I think that's a lot of the food noise that we're hearing about too, is the blood sugar dysregulation. So we get that in line and regulated better, then you're not feeling all those fast food cravings.
Yeah, and I'm setting a bad example for my children. My dad growing up, we never ate fast food. We never even went to the Golden Arches. We didn't do that. And then, of course, as I got older and got out on my own, I'm like, oh, this is what I've been missing all my life.
I know, it's delicious, right?
And what happens now? My wife works long because she's a nurse, and I'm working a lot in ministry and a lot of other things, just trying to, keep the things going that we need to keep going. And what do I find myself doing multiple times a week with my children? Going and getting the Happy Meal and those are terrible things, and I'm setting them up for bad habits. And you've convicted me really badly, which is a good thing because I've been praying for conviction. I said, Lord, convict me in the areas that I need to be convicted. And then you show up here this morning, you start talking about you better be eating healthy for your children and being present. Thank you, Lord, for answering my prayer and bringing Kaitlyn on this morning for the conviction. So see, it always works out, right? But in all seriousness, this is a very serious problem. Mm-hmm. I think it's why it's important that folks find people like Kaitlyn. I want to be fully transparent. We have businesses that come on our show as well, and they talk about what they do, and a lot of them sponsor. But this was something because of the event and also because of Kaitlyn, who she is and what she represents. I was like, I don't want to charge her to come on. I want her to come and share the story about the event, but also share the story about how she is helping people. And so there's no financial incentive for me to say, Kaitlyn, come on the show and talk. I just want people to hear her story and how she is helping others. And then through that, I wanted to just mention, finally this event that is coming up that we want people to be a part of on August the 15th. So a week from tomorrow, come and be a part of this here at First Baptist, 10 a.m. You can get tickets online through her website, faithfulstewardwellness.com/register. Maybe just highlight that one more time before we wrap up here in just a few minutes. Just the event. Yeah, just highlight that a little bit.
Yeah, so it's a cancer prevention class and a fundraiser for Travis and Stephanie Phillips, a retired Houston firefighter, and his wife, both diagnosed with cancer this summer. At the same time, she got checked, and then he was like, well, I might as well go and get checked. And it turned out they both had cancer. So pretty devastating news. And it's pretty advanced cancer also. So we're going to talk about how genetics are not your destiny. Just because you have a bunch of cancer in your family does not mean that you're bound to have cancer, and how we can prevent that from happening. Myths about cancer prevention. Cancer screening is not cancer prevention. And then how stress impacts your cancer risk, and then myths about detoxing also. Again, it's not only for first responders. So if you are not a first responder, please come to the class. You will still learn a ton of valuable information.
How long will I know you said it starts at 10, about an hour, 2 hours? How long is it?
It's only about an hour.
Perfect.
And we'll have a good Q&A section at the end. So if anybody has any questions about cancer or really anything wellness related, I'm happy to answer those.
We have a gym over there too where you'll be. So we'll just put the basketball goals up. We can hoop it up afterwards and take, for healthy health. No, I'm just kidding. So, well, Kaitlyn, before you go this morning, just maybe anything else. We're going to wrap up the show with you this morning too. Billy was here for the first 3 segments. Kaitlyn wrapping it up with us. Maybe just anything else that may be on your mind before we wrap up today.
I just that verse, what's that verse? Of course, my mind's blanking right now. Glorify the Lord in everything you do, whether you eat or drink or everything you do. So just it goes for us as Christians. We can steward our time well, we can steward our finances well, but are we stewarding the gift that God gave us, our bodies, well also? So
yeah, man, what a great message. Kaitlyn, we appreciate you. And we have a connection to you through your father-in-law who made sure that our heater was putting out heat this winter and kept the studio warm when we first opened it. So I wanted to say, thank you to your family and your father-in-law and just your family, your husband, and your children. What a privilege to be there and to just have the influence that you have, not only on so many others, but right there with your family. I think it's such a great message for so many out there this morning. So again, Kaitlyn, thank you.
Thank you.
And looking forward to this event, August the 15th. We'll put it up on our website too at hellohuntsvilletx.com. So thank you, Kaitlyn. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Well, friends, that will wrap it up here on the show this morning. A great way to end. I know things a little bit different here today, but hey, we love you, Huntsville. It has been a great week, and we are so excited about the week to come. Go to our website, hellohuntsvilletx.com, to find out about everything happening right here in our local community, and also our Facebook page. By the way, we've got 45,000 followers now on the Hello Huntsville Texas news and events. So thank you guys for continuing to promote the good. We'll wrap it up with that as I end every show, reminding you this morning that we are not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there needs you. Have a blessed weekend. We'll be back at it Monday
with Kay and Rick Boning, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori School. So long. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day.